more preparedness. Like I thought I would. Oh shit! I was muted. I was expecting there to be like I don't know, like 2 people up here, like Gale or Bera or Ook, but I had to start it. Otherwise this would have been late. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Sorry, I was talking about the new project. The new project.
There's a lot of projects.
Yeah, how do you get up onto the stage? I don't know how you do it. I'm boomed out. I'm an old man.
You literally just you click
There's
the button.
literally a button.
Yeah.
There's literally a button that says join stage.
The bottom.
It
says speak on stage.
Oh, I no longer.
You're a fucking
I no
boomer.
longer.
He's learning, guys.
He's learning. He's learning.
Okay, gotta get people filter in here. Get them all in here. This is not a meeting. Notice what the channel is called.
Yeah, it's a town hall.
You can be here as long as you want. You can come hang out in the town hall. It's public.
Yeah. Sometimes there's not a town hall where not town hall things happen, but you could choose to stay here as long as you want.
Yes. Yes.
Lyndon is already stoned. It's not a meeting. You keep calling it a meeting. Dude, you are more baked than a potato, man. More fried than French fries.
Oh no, they're drawing Togor in my town. Oh, we're fucked.
I'm gonna be a little bit spicy. I'm doing everyone in here. A town hall about. What's the town hall? Did you make it so automatically pinged when you started it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I'm doing another one.
Yeah.
About new servers, new events, future of Vanderlin, and policy discussion. If you are interested in Vanderlin related things, get your booty in here. Or the 2 new servers. Ooh, servers. Ooh, code bases. Yeah, this will piss a lot of people off. Ooh.
Red circle emoji.
Look at that. People are going in there. It's really funny when you do this in town halls because people join to clear the red dot, but then they join the chat, and so they leave, but then they come back in because they can't clear it.
And it's being recorded. I changed it to a big red dot in the video camera.
Okay. Wow, is that someone with a Lisa profile picture of the guy who at the start of the game who gives you tutorial tips? Arson, that's a cool profile picture.
Stop dying. Everyone can hear you dying in the background.
No. Oh yeah.
I saw Kree here for a second too.
They have to clear the notification.
How many people are going to stay here?
All right, I'm here. I have my coffee, and I'm ready to bitch.
Coffee. Fuck yeah. I wish I could have.
If you're having an audio bug, try joining through Discord desktop. or Discord browser rather than the app.
Yes, the horde arrives. Ooh,
Let them
I get
all
to cut
filter
so many
in.
ears off.
Let them all filter in. I'm gonna get my own coffee. Maybe I should put pants on. I'll go put some pants on too.
Yeah, maybe do that.
Be right back.
Oh God.
It is okay, my people. You will get one slice of white bread. We're in a recession. That's all I can afford. I'm sorry. No, it's not cake. I'm sorry. We can't even afford that. No cake. I'm sorry. We cannot let them eat cake, for there is none.
If you hear popping sounds in the
The
recording after
thieves
you
were
watch
in
this,
the.
it's because I'm painting.
The thieves were in the vault 10 minutes into the round. We cannot even afford whole wheat bread. I have a very intrusive idea that I will say when Ook returns.
Thank you, Moody, for choking yourself on water. I don't know how you did it, but you did it.
Ook, would you like to hear an intrusive, completely unrelated to Town Hall idea?
Sure, what's up?
After Town Hall, can we play Jackbox?
After Town Hall, I am not here. I have a movie to go see.
What the
But
fuck?
I do want to play Jackbox. I love playing Jackbox.
Just playing Surviving the Internet. That's all I've been doing the past 3 days.
I've been playing W Place. It's a great MMO.
I
All I do is eat hot chip, lie, play PvE, and make dumbass jokes on Surviving the Internet.
Alrighty. Gonna give it a couple more minutes.
And then it's not a meeting, it's Town Hall. Stop calling it a meeting.
He is deep fried.
If there was a meeting, there would be like 5 times less the amount of people here.
Guys,
Meetings are for
let's get
staff.
55 people in this meeting right now. We're all having a meeting. Powwow. Let's sit down and talk it out. Okay. I love watching people clear that notification. It's so fucking funny watching them pop in and then pop out.
Those animals are so fucking funny. They make me want to merge without looking.
Oh, so I see someone doing it multiple times trying to clear the notification but can't. It's okay. I guess some people have everyone pings on, so we're gonna do a Vanderlin player and really piss people off.
This,
Yes.
Love that one.
This town hall really pisses me off.
Last town hall we had was like 200 people, but
What
it
do
was
you
about
mean the community I'm a
Monkestation as well.
part of wants my contribution to the community at large? I just want to sit in the Discord server and just watch.
All right, so let's get started. I want everyone to shut the fuck up.
Yes, boss.
Everyone, shut your yap hole. It's time. It's time. So, Gail, my friend here. What do we talk about first? The new projects or some Vanderlin stuff?
Let's talk about. I think people want to hear about the persistent server a lot.
Okay, the persistent server is 99% ready to go. We're waiting on one thing. Literally one thing. Everyone point at drag. They have to finish the baseline persistent map. We have a program that's used to generate randomly generated maps now. So, and persistence is going to be I think it's going to be 400 by 400 by 4 size map. And it's going to be complete wilderness. Put like a cart somewhere. Like the cart that you can use that we had in Daft Marsh that you can use to leave and join around if you want. So it needs to be next to a lake. So to talk about the rules of this new persistent game mode, about what we're doing with this map and this game coming up. It's going to be a interesting system that we have set up. It's going to be a week. Every week we're going to host it, and then at the end of the week we can export the map file and save it. So whatever you guys are building and doing is saved, as well as your character. So where you log out in the world matters for the next time you log back into the server.
I
So you're gonna
I believe everything will carry over.
Yeah. So when we take the map and then for the next week, we'll load up the map, and wherever you logged out, if you logged out in a tree, you're gonna be in a tree. If you logged out in a house, you're gonna be in a house. If you logged out in the middle of the road, that's where you're gonna be. So there's going to be mountains, yes. There's also going to be underground. And so there's going to be there's rules to how this is going to work. So every week I'm going to issue you guys a challenge while you're on the map, something that you guys as a community have to overcome. The server's playstyle is going to be a little bit more HRP in the sense that it's less abrasive and against itself like normal Vanderlin is, and it's more of a community effort.
Yeah, it's a cooperative
effort. Mathala, Vanderlin is an HRP server, so you haven't even you've been busy not playing anything monkey related for a while, so you're out of the loop. And so everything. I joined Monkey recently twice. That means they left. Looking at you, you got cat peeing on your bed over there. So when we issue this challenge, for example, the first week is not going to have a challenge because the first week is going to be hard enough as it is. It's going to be hard enough as it is. There's literally going to be trees everywhere, bog water everywhere. You're going to have no home, nothing to live. You're going to have to literally clear cut forest, find resources, build your houses. It's actually going to be a survival thing. And I'm expecting by the time this releases, there's going to be the ability to starve to death added to the game.
And possibly hypothermia. But that's a bit harder. So we'll see.
We've actually made it so you can build any floor in the whole entire code base, any wall in the code base, essentially any furniture. Borbop has gone through and made it so everything is craftable in terms of building a house.
Yeah, and that's what the new crafting menu was about and why it came to exist.
So this first week, that's what it's going to be. Is you guys preparing for this event. There is some micro goals that are going to be happening. There's going to be set jobs. There's only going to be I think 5 jobs. And one of the jobs is going to be, I know a lot of you guys out here hate. I know a lot of you guys here hate role playing and like fighting. So don't worry. I have just the thing for you guys involve yourself in this system. We're gonna have caravan guards, which are just gonna be a variety of adventure roles, right? And your goal is going to be to find wherever the Matthews dungeon is. You guys won't know where it is. You have to find it, go into the dungeon, and extract loot. All right, and bring loot back to the camp. Whichever amount of loot that you guys get at the very end of the round, we're going to tally it up and find the approximate value of all the stuff that you get. And then on the next week, we're going to provide you with resources and tools and some extra things depending on how much loot you get.
Yep. Possibly even structures.
Yeah, we might. If you wish for something to be upgraded, you can express it. Some roads will be probably paid for you if you get enough stuff. We'll be monitoring paths that you guys regularly take as groups. We will turn things from twig floors to wood floors. Add second Z levels if we see you're trying to build it and actually flesh it out for you. In between things, we will upgrade the map depending on how much work you've done and how much money you give via this dungeon looting experience. There's not going to be any priest at the beginning. There are people who have been asking me this. Like, let me be a bard. Oh, why can't I just be an orphan? Okay, I'm going to be honest to you guys. That's fucking stupid. Why would a company that is employed to go out and build houses send orphans with the fucking caravan out into the middle of bumfuck nowhere?
They yearn for forestry.
And so as the town develops, we'll start unlocking more and more roles. And you can remake a new character or you can switch your role over. And eventually we'll have a full town. The end goal of this is to make an actual town/city that everyone that will be put into map rotation.
Yep.
I think this is like really the first type of thing that ever done that. And I'm excited to see if we can do a collaborative experience as a community, build this thing together. Yeah. And logging out, since it's collaborative thing, there's not going to be antags. However, that does not mean there isn't going to be antag events. All right? Doesn't mean there isn't going to be events where there's antagonistic forces. Something such as, I don't know, a orc raid onto the civilization. Like what you guys do, well, per instance of this will determine the future of this thing. So,
Yeah.
And if you guys really like grind out that dungeon and get a lot of money, I will be like, yeah, where there's been a lot of goblin and orc activity in the area, and so the next shipment will have some arms and armor.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of, I think, like the RimWorld wealth system. So if you guys are doing really good, you might get a really hard challenge or raid. But if you're doing bad, it's like, oh, go on.
No, go finish your point.
But if you're like barely clinging on to life and your town is literally burning down, you probably won't be getting raided by a dragon.
Yeah, we're going to be your storytellers. And in terms of skill development, it's going to be a little bit slower. But I'm also expecting people to, when you switch your jobs, you're losing all your skills. because I'm no longer going to craft. I'm going to play the mandolin. This is my choice, So it's going to develop with you guys, and it's going to be a D&D-esque experience through this system. So I hope you guys really are looking forward to this. I think it's going to be pretty dope. It's hopefully going to encourage people to try things that they don't normally try and do some long form role play, try and actually build something substantial. People have already started planning. We have someone who is planning a clinic. We have someone who is planning an inn. I know someone was planning some gates at some point.
Someone asked about hosting time, and I think we're gonna host it about close to this time. So not very EU friendly, but
we're an American server. Sorry.
Also, more people play at this time.
The
Just
European, I'm going to be honest, the European population doesn't play Vanderlin. They play ERP servers, generally speaking. But no offense to you EU folk, but a lot of you guys just goon. It's culturally acceptable for you guys, unlike us Americans. It's just how it is. You guys are like, haha, penis, and Americans are like, oh, penis. That's just how we are.
So, but it'll be Saturday. I think we're hosting this on, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Maybe Saturday. So you can stay up, smile.
And the rounds are going to be longer. I'm expecting rounds to probably last, like 5 hours, maybe. So you can get in here and help out.
Definitely.
Build your house. When you're done building your house, you can pass out, go get lunch, come back. The round will still be going.
Unless the town burns down.
I'll probably be hosting it maybe 2 hours earlier. So it's noon my time.
Yeah.
So. Oh, okay. So I'm going to let Abera come up here. Abera is the one who did this. Abera, where are you? Are you able to use your mic right now?
I think Abigail died.
We're talking about why we chose. Okay, I'll just do it for you. So a long time ago, in a history long past, Abera was a Gooner player. They played Ratwood and Azure. And when we were working on Vanderlin and stuff like that, Abera was like, hey, can I include Azure in our lore? This is all Abera, mind you. My hands are off on this one. And they're like, yeah, include it, but make it like a burnt down, destroyed kingdom, they said to Abera, which was a dev who said that. Why you gotta shame her? I shame everybody. I'm Catholic. It's my responsibility. I'm not supposed to judge. I'm just saying, yeah. And so we have this new place, and it's you haven't done anything to be shamed about, Cyril. They get it. I hate judging, but I am. So they said to do that, and so we included it that this place is on the ruins of Azure. It got Pompeyed because it got destroyed by Bouthan influence or something like that. So that's the plot we have. And it was Abera's choice. I don't think I think in retrospect the Azure people don't like it that much, but I'm letting Abera as my lead lore writer, and I'm letting them make the choice for it. Azure is another Rogue Town server that is furry ERP Rogue server. That's it. That's what it is. Next. So as these things happen, we'll be building this community together, and hopefully, eventually, it will turn into a city. And then I'm excited to see what you guys do.
Yep.
Will new races be in this server? I think all the races we have up to this point are be in. I don't think automatons are going to be ready yet. I have the sprites for automatons. I have a bunch of stuff for automatons. Pretty soon they're going to be coded in, I think. And it's going to be very interesting when we have automatons in. We also have halfling sprites. So if you guys... So they're just not even in there. Yeah, they're going to get cooking skill. So, what happened to the gnomes? Gnomes are there. You just don't see them.
Yeah, they were never real.
Pizza's dad has cooking skill. That's true. But yeah, Pizza has to walk halfway across the continent to get to his kitchen from his room. All right. Any more questions about the persistence? No, there's not going to be all rolls allowed at the beginning. Eventually, as the rounds progress, more and more classes will unlock. There's going to be a lumberer. There's going to be a carpenter. So there's a guy who cuts trees. There's a guy who builds with trees. Then there's going to be a miner, a stonemason, so a guy who gets rocks, and a guy who builds with rocks. And then there's going to be soil sons. Yeah, no orphans. Okay, I got to scroll up. Okay. Okay, yeah, those are the 5 classes. No orphans. Are you at risk when you leave the server? It's a cooperative experience. Someone might take your lumbering axe so they can keep working. Will we name the server ourselves, or Abera will choose it? I'll let Abera decide if we want to have a vote for it. Can I be a random guy who walks in town and pretends to be working there? Yeah, that's going to be a lot of people. Will people be competing for classes? Say if I spec into medicine for the entire first week, will I then have to compete with someone else for a doctor role? No, you're just going to be able to do your shit.
You're not going to have to roll for Felcher if you're already legendary medical.
Yeah. Okay, might be too early to ask, but since the idea of the event is to create a new map for the server, I think it's relevant to ask, is the map going to be updated the same way other maps are? And if so, it will keep the original placement of buildings that were built by the player base? Yes. Can we eat dirt to very slowly destroy the map permanently? If you want. Your purpose in life is to go eat sand. I am winning. All right. I think that's it for this. Last call on questions. So if I transfer to Artificer from Mason, will I lose my masonry skill? Yes. But grinding masonry skill isn't going to be too hard, considering everyone needs to build stuff. What are we going to do about... There'll be stuff ready for it. Don't worry about it.
The merchant's not going to exist at the start.
Yeah, there's no merchant.
Or maybe ever if nobody sets up infrastructure for it.
When you guys get together, some of you will be mining, some of you will be crafting, okay? Just know that's the goal.
Species job restrictions.
No, because these are all peasant roles.
Yeah.
Anyone can be a farmer, anyone can cut down a tree.
Yeah. I don't see why species would have their stats changed.
It's just the normal thing. Eventually, when rounds start getting larger and larger, when we finally have infrastructure like a small keep built with prison cells and maybe like a maybe like a town guard hut. We'll start easing the restrictions and making it more back into how Vanderlin acts. That's up for Ibarra's choice. You guys are going to be in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in a place that's considered a little bit spicy, culturally. So I am sure if you as a tiefling have been a very good devotee of Necra, and Ibarra is like, you know what, this person, maybe I'll let it happen. Because there's not going to be a church, mind you. There's not going to be a church. Oh, death. Death is going to be a very big deal. Do not fucking die. Yes. Do not die. That'll be up to Drag, who's placing things that you cannot build. You can ask them to put, like, hey, this is my mercenary guild. Please put the head eater here. Don't starve to death. No, adventuring is dangerous. Be ready. I'll consider that. I'll make sure I'll talk to a coder about that one.
Yeah, and I believe, actually, I have no idea what we plan to do for the death.
I think don't worry too much about death, because I think goblins have Lux right now. And I don't think we're planning to change that. So if you die and your body's recovered, there's a high chance that you will be able to be revived. Just
Are
try
we planning
and get back to town. You can respawn, just you have to play a different character.
Yeah.
I will also include if you died within city limits as a way to come back as the character next round. So if your body is recovered, you can play them again on the next cycle. So
that might be a bit hard. Well, that's a code thing, I think.
Skill gain is going to be slowed down.
Yep. I think that's about everything about persistence.
Yeah. Do we talk about Vanderlin next or Delver?
Let's leave Delver for last.
Yeah, a lot of people are interested in Delver. People fucking. I get DMs about Delver.
Yeah, I know Clown wants to know what Delver is because I've been edging. So they'll find out.
You're gonna find out what Delver is. All right, so Vanderlin. Population has been recovering pretty good. We still struggle with the European hours, but European hours have some issues that we need to resolve. And a couple of them is we're trying to clamp down on werewolves. How many of you guys have been playing in late night and it's just one werewolf kills the whole entire town? Looks like the clamp didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know what Borbub's talking about. It just has not been working.
So we are going to be doing a new policy for the late night hours. So looking at how it worked really well on Monkestation. I am going to be pitching this idea to you, the community. I'm 99% sure I'm going to go with it, but I'm going to have some feedback from you guys. We're going to be doing the low pop clause. We are staunchly an American server, but sometimes you are stuck out there in the European hours because your baby is screaming and you haven't been able to get a good night's sleep in about 3 weeks. And sometimes you just want to hop on and grow some plants like a soil sun and not have to think about things. So we're adding a clause that makes it so that antagonists, when you are in the low pop hours, don't fucking go all freaky off the chain and just serial kill people. Population, I think we're gonna put it to 25. 25 pop, I think is the. Would you guys say 25 pop is a good number?
I think we should do like 30 though. I think we should do higher because people are going to be more spread out on Vanderlin than on Monkey.
Okay, let's do 30. Let's do a good 30. So, if it's 30 pop, don't go fucking murdering people, going crazy. Don't play a bandit and rush the vault sub 20 minutes. Whoever that fucking idiot was, I'm looking at you. You're the reason why I might remove the ability to get triumphs as a bandit when you turn in treasure. Looking at you.
So,
you're ruining for everybody.
I would like to bring up a couple ideas for low pop. First and foremost, no fucking bandits. Because 90% of the time, it is bandits breaking into the keep, and there's literally nothing anybody can do. Because in low pop, the only time the game can start is if somebody who kind of really doesn't want to actually play Monarch has to play Monarch. So we have one person who has a completely abysmal dog shit experience because they decided to sacrifice their time so the game can run.
Yeah. We had one of my favorite players. He's 5'4", little Timmy, poor guy. He's really short, and he also has a short attention span. Struggle with deciding to make the selfish sacrifice to start as a king, and then immediately said he was going to go become an adventurer, and then run off and die and plague the town with goblin portals for the rest of the day.
Yeah, so if you I don't know why this is a little seed, so I'm gonna uproot it right now. If you pick monarch or priest, you are not allowed to abandon your duty. So in low pop, if the game isn't gonna start, you have to have somebody who's willing to sacrifice their time to play a role in its full capacity without really wanting to.
So what I'm going to be here. I'll take I'm taking the reins from you a little bit here. So the thing about this is because of how the structure of low pop is and how Antag design is inherently, I'm going to argue this is very flawed in Rogue Code. It's all designed around 100 pop, and how I would say 80% of our antagonists are conversion antags, and the nature of it is a werewolf is fucking strong. He's going to be able to fight 3 people, and he needs his, the silver bullets to counter to him. When you have something that has this much force, I'm gonna use terminology here, guys. See if you can follow me. Follow me here. Force amplification based on population resistance. So when a werewolf is fighting into a 100 pop round, it's a lot harder for them to do their thing, and it's a balanced experience. When it's a 25 pop round, the werewolf is literally able to do whatever he wants. So the strength of your job as an antagonist is substantially stronger the less people there are. It's inverse, essentially. So when this comes to fruition, when we have these low pop rounds and someone has to play Monarch and they don't have guards, and it leads to antagonist roles just running amok, we're going to have to make a change. Genuinely going to have to make a change. And it's for the betterment of people who want to roleplay and play the game instead of people who are, well, let's look at bandit players who want to grind triumphs, who don't care about the roleplay experience. They're there to get their little updoots. or werewolves who genuinely are there to frag. I rarely ever see a werewolf properly escalate or roleplay. They just kill people. And here's the thing, assorted breads. Beads, not breads. I'm going to call you assorted breads from now on. I think that's a good name. We don't have a lot of coders. We genuinely don't. We have like 4. Maybe, no, more like 6. More like 6 coders. The thing is, it's still rolling. It's still rolling. It gets easier the more you play
it's
it.
not working.
Conversion antags should not be enabled on Lopop at all. This includes Zezoid Cult. This includes Peasant Rebels. This includes werewolves. This includes vampires.
I really like Lich. Lich is my favorite
We
one.
don't need. Here's the thing, Tico. We don't need antagonists. People can self-antag. We don't even need those conversion antags on Lopop.
I'm okay with bandits being the only antags on Lone Pop and people rolling. We have heretical clerics now and heretical paladins. So you can literally be a Zizo paladin and still like slap ass everywhere you go and still be a bad guy. You're just not like, okay, I killed you, now you're on my team, and now you and I kill another guy, now there's 3 of us. So we can kill 2 people, now there's 5 of us. But you get where I'm going with this. That's how these antags work. And we already have clauses that let you, as a player, decide to, hey, I feel like I'm going to beat up that dwarf because I want his silver bars that he has behind his counter. I'm going to go do that. You know, you can just do that. You don't need to have lich powers or be a werewolf or be a rebel to do those things. I do think the current state of vampires are pretty good for low pop though, because Borbop did a huge change to them, and they're less of a I convert people and steamroll. They're more of a Vampire the Masquerade role playing antag. So, with this in mind, this is the official policy going forward for low pop. You guys can argue with this if you want. We can have a discussion. It'll be hammered out into our rules wiki. So it's going to be the low pop clause. I think it's going to be our 5th rule. I think. I forget how many rules we have. We don't have a lot.
So I'm literally Nimrodding right now.
Can we get a Nimrod gif in the chat, please? Wait, I have it. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite gifs. Let me go find it.
So it would be a rule 5, yeah.
So this would be our 5th rule. 30 pop and below, you're expected to go above and beyond in roleplay, aka HRP, and extreme escalate with people if you want to antag. The low pop hours are designed for people to learn, try the game, and explore new roles.
Yeah, I actually paid a guy 5 triumphs to find that gift for me. Because I remember seeing it like a year ago.
Real.
We have a lot of things we're reading, Setch, because we have the lore contest that just ended. And so you'll probably get read after the lore contest entries. So, 30 pop, please don't frag out, don't crazy sicko mode antagonists. Just roleplay, be a menacing werewolf, kill someone's pet as a werewolf, and then leave a bloody scene for them to find when they come back.
Abigail is dino posting.
I don't care about vampires so much as I care about werewolves.
I think werewolves, liches, and peasant rebels should probably be disabled. Cult isn't that bad because Cult already has a pop lock on its conversion.
No, we need all or nothing. No. Any antagonist that can say, hey, I'm going to attack you to help me attack other people is a conversion anti that should not be a thing on Mopop because
Well,
it encourages LRP.
I don't think you can convert people unless it's X pop, right? There has to be a.
So for a cult, they can convert like max 6 people, I'm pretty sure, and it is locked by pop as well. So you can convert like 1 or 2 people. They have a 6 minimum. Oh,
Maximum.
maximum. I'm sorry, Nimrodding. Yeah. I think cult is fine because if it's like 10 players, you're only going to be able to convert like 1 guy. It's not like werewolves where you convert a guy and then he becomes a converting machine and then he converts another guy and he becomes a converting machine. And they can frag.
Werewolves are our nukies. I stand on the silver fucking them up really hard though.
I think the stun is cringe, to be honest. I think the stun feels really bad.
They deserve it.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but you deserve everything too.
So fucking true, though.
Low pop clause. I'll be making a poll for it right now. So if you guys want to go,
We already made a poll.
oh, yeah, but now that we've discussed it, instead of just me throwing it out there to the wind, this poll is for population number. So let me go down to Vanderlin. No, I went all the way down to the voice chats. Vanderlin news poll. Low pop clause cutoff. 25, 30. I'll do 35 as the top end. But there you go. Go vote. It's in Vanderlin News chat. It's in Vanderlin News. So if you want to go vote on that and tell us the number, I'm thinking 30 is the good sweet spot. Vanderlin News. There you go. All right. Next up on the docket. Do you want me to show off some sprites for something I got work cooking? Or, Gail, do you have anything you want to say? I'll bring up to the Vanderlin nerds.
Not really, besides, we're always looking for new admins. Yippee.
Yeah, we desperately need more staff. This is a really strange thing to say. We have 30 Vanderlin admins, but only 6 or 7 of them are active.
It's about half of them are active, I'd say. It's just, they don't play. We need EU staff. We need staff that can get on at like 6 a.m. my time. Very early European morning. This is when we usually don't have a lot.
We generally for Vanderlin need contributors. If you look across the Rogue code base, like across the dimension of all these different servers, a lot of the contributors are piled up in the ERP slop servers. For some reason, they have more coders, staffer, spriters, stuff like that. And compared to us, Monkey has legitimately always been statistically low numbers for its size. Monkey is only now actually starting to get consistent coders and spriters for things. So, it's been rough out there. It's been rough out there for us for years, and Vanderlin is an expression of this to its most boldest truth, which is low code numbers. We have next to no mappers. It's essentially currently Drag is the only person who maps, really. Chair Raptor is on break. He might be coming back soon. He said he had fun playing again. He was on break for a couple things. Abera has been mapping on Vanderlin, but they're also supposed to not be doing anything right now but they keep doing it, and they're a stupid bitch. Stop doing stuff. Go back on your break. You fucking idiot. You're not supposed to be doing anything. If you guys click on them, you can see it says on break on their name. So if you see them working, make sure to yell at them until they decide to come off break. Yeah, you just kill her. If you see them working, just murder them. Okay, but We genuinely need mappers. Spriters is in an okay position. But if you want to sprite for us, it'd be really appreciated. We have some staff spriter roles. I had to demote someone for saying I don't want to work on anything for you guys, and effectively, when they decided to be a staff spriter. So, you have
well,
one.
to be fair, when I gave them the role, I just said, "Oh no, you can just have this. You don't have to do any work." Because they made a couple of free sprites, and I know them.
Well, they're dead now. I killed them.
Literally
I
nepotism.
think they'll still do the same amount of sprites, though.
Nepotism is a recession indicator.
All right. So speaking of sprites, Noodle Buster here, or Kira's as they're in here, has done some really good sprites for me. Some automaton themed things.
Mm-hmm.
They are a host and owner of the Encore community, which they have like a Forgotten Realms D&D-esque HRP rogue server. Pretty neat stuff. I put them up in the if you scroll up to the top, there are just a little bit. There's Monkey Partners, actually right above this channel. You can go check out their stuff there. We have some new things coming for automatons, such as, let me forward a couple of them into here. Look at this thing. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, whoa, look at that thing. What do you think that's for, guys?
We had the Orphan Crusher, now it's time for the Smelter.
So, it's going to be. Should I tell them exactly what it is, or should I keep it a mystery?
I have no idea what it is.
Mystery. Okay, I'll talk a little bit about it. I have a lot of new structures. Scroll up. If you scroll up, you'll see the thing. I have a lot of new structures that are built, sprited. And it's for an Antag coming up, which is going to be pretty fun. Hopefully, I'm going to be spreading a couple variants of this. Maybe it might be RTS related. Oh, look, the orphan burner. I don't even know what that is, but I do not want anything related to Moloch in my code base. Thank you.
I don't think it's gonna be straight up Dungeon Keeper, guys.
Anyways, so I've been working on stuff behind the scenes for a couple, getting stuff laid down. We have our code bounties placed, so if there's things you want in the game, you can go post code bounties. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm going to actually explain now, because automatons are coming soon. Now that we have all the sprites for them, and so I'm going to describe how they work. Chat, you guys ready for the next race to hit Vanderlin? I like how Micah just frowns. So the next race for how we're going to be doing automatons is I'm taking a lot of inspiration from another server here, and it's going to be a lot like working Joes.
You always know a working Joe.
So they're going to have a bunch. You're not going to be able to talk normally. You are going to have a list of pre-recorded phrases that you are going to be able to use to communicate with people. You are going to have 20 strength. You're going to have 1 speed. And you're going to have 1 rule you must follow. This is going to actually be the addition of a whitelist role for Vanderlin. And it's going to be a very difficult to roleplay position that you're going to have to be very good. They're not going to be pacifists. They're going to be literalists. The rule that you're going to have to follow is going to be obey the last order given to you and it's going to have a tier list of people who you have to follow. Yeah, you're gonna be able to do /me's, but you're not allowed to talk. It's going to be artificer. Well, they're all going to be kind of muddied up in a ball. So it's going to be nobles, artificers, and I think that's it. And Makers Guild. I'm trying to remember.
Artificers.
So the idea behind them is you are essentially supposed to be a farm equipment. But if I'm a noble and you are walking down the street and I see you there, I can go, machine, crush that peasant's legs. And then your goal will be to follow that peasant and crush their legs until you get a new order. You have to obey the order given to you verbatim and directly until you complete the order. And orders are
word it right.
Yeah, if you do it wrong, there's going to be an issue. Right? And orders are the last one in is the one you do. So say you have 2 nobles in a room and you're standing in the middle. Noble A says kill Noble B. Then you start walking towards Noble B. The Noble B says kill Noble A. You have to turn around and you'll be stuck going back and forth as long as they're saying this stuff. So it's going to be very direct orders.
We'll have clauses for like order loops. Like you could probably just shut down and stop responding until a 3rd noble comes in to rectify the issue.
If you don't want to listen, just do /suicide or do *suicide.
That's the plan too. You're going to be able to tell noble blood by looking at people. Everyone's an antag in this code base, McMahon. Everyone is. So you can just do things that are evil. But the roleplay restriction is you're signing up for this really difficult soul-crushing work because some people like to be abused. /me looks at Abera and they're playing their fucking tieflings that are all horrible, getting murdered all the time, AI mains.
Project didn't look at me. I play Corman on PvE.
PvE is like holding hands. If it was CM main. CM main.
I also play Corman on CM main. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'll respect that. I won't respect PvE. I'll respect PvP.
Let me give you some about PvE, okay? Because you just picked a fight. I'm throwing the gauntlet down. All right. So depending on the game master, my entire squad is in crit at any given moment. You just picked a fight. You don't get to tell me PvE is baby mode when I'm literally sitting in the jungle, Vietnam style, trying to stop bleeding so this one soldier doesn't fucking die on me. Because if he dies, I die.
I just remember watching you get shot in the chest multiple times by a turret and walk around the corner and take a pill and be fine. That's my experience. That's my experience with.
Well, clearly you need to watch me play more because it's legitimately tense as fuck. Don't pick a fight with me. You will not win.
Anyways, with this role, it's going to be that way. We're thinking about adding in some things like one hand is a tool hand, and you're not going to be able to handle weapons, but you can still interact with things. So it's going to be the next the next thing that's probably coming. And there's going to be more constructed throughout a round. There's only going to be one at round start.
They don't have
Yes, dear?
laws. They just have a directive.
It's kind of both. There is a race, but there's also going to be a job. I'm not trying to spoil too much because I don't want people to know about some of the plans that we have involving automaton and maybe something from Heartfelt that's coming very soon. Maybe. Anyways, there's also they have a naming dynamic. We're deciding to do it after this is going to be a very nichely specific nerd thing, but automaton naming scheme is going to be very similar to the way the Covenant and Halo name their ships.
Beagle.
Because they are the coolest thing ever. I think that's the best thing. So, you know how it goes. When are we getting centaurs? Never getting centaurs. An admin showed me the centaur sprite that they were adding to Azure, and it's just like My Little Pony looking fetish species. I'm like, no, thank you. Not taking those sprites. No thanks. Bye-bye. We do want muskets. I'm planning pretty soon to add to Grenzel Hoftian the Merc class. So you have the Halberder, you have the Zweihander. I'm planning to add a Musketeer class for it in the future. So Grenzel Hoftians will have a fucking two-handed musket that they can affix bayonets to if they want. The Raptoids. And what's a Raptoid?
I think you Rapitores.
So the first one is something that is in limbo because its idea makes sense lore-wise, but it needs a lot of work. And the second one is groundwork for this is requiring substantially more for it. Pretty soon, I know I was talking to Grungus about this, that if enough people enter the dungeon, eventually an antag will spawn in the dungeon. And if the antag is left unchecked, it can send monsters out of the dungeon to get people. So, but that's related to... Is it related to that sprite I posted? Is it? What do we think, chat? Is it? You'll never know. Not yet, anyways. But we only have like 5 to 6 coders, and it's a very slow process. And we also only have a couple spriters. So work getting done is long form steps. We only have one mapper. Poor Drag here is fucking overworked with how many mapping things they have to do.
And
The
administration.
PvE doesn't help.
PvE is actually the only reason why I haven't put a fucking Joker mask on yet.
Anyways, so Zelda map is way far off. I don't want to look at that stuff because it's like outside of my scope right now. There's a lot I have to work on, and let me finish the projects I'm on now before I move on to the next project. Because I chronically lately have been taking on way too many projects, because we have Eris, which is currently only has Micah and Chen working on it, and that needs help. We have 2 Space Station 14 servers. One of them is very long term, probably next year. Though one of the Space Station 14 servers is probably coming by the end of summer. Micah's paying people to code for him, by the way. Yeah, the Abysser stuff, we are waiting on Kree to finish a bunch of sprites. But Kree was here for like a split second and then they left. But I have a huge commission from them and it's just taking time. Like long time. So that stuff will eventually happen. Thinking of what else. There's a lot on the docket for me personally. Vanderlin is my focus. I think Space Station 13, my Monkestation server, is in very good hands, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Nah, you can go, Daka. You and I are pretty much on the same page in terms of design ideas for the next project, which I think, is it time to start talking about Delver?
Yes.
Hey, guys. So. Are you guys ready to hear about our next project?
Let's delve into it.
All right, so I'll delay for another 5 minutes. Here's a polite question. They said, please, I have to wait. All right. Delver is going to be our a Vanderlin code-based thing that we're going to be hosting. That is going to be essentially, let me think of the best way to put it.
Delve deep.
Dark and Darker meets Final Fantasy. So concepts behind it, I need to go. I can grab that in just a second. So it's essentially you can form up to parties of 4, and there's this overworld that is everyone can be in it, and you can go into this dungeon. It's a 200 by 200 by 10 dungeon. Each thing level, they're called delves, is 2 Z levels. So there's delves 1 through 5. Is Borbop here? Look, there's Borbop. He never shows up to these. That's how much he likes Delve. So, each Delve is going to be more difficult the farther down you go into it. And it's going to have player persistent housing and a player economy. So, you can buy a house and decorate it and live in your house and craft things in your house in this city. And you then can go take money that you've been getting through your runs to buy gear to go into the dungeon and get more loot to come out. The dungeon itself is going to be an NRP experience, aka you see someone, you're allowed to kill them and take everything they have. You don't have to escalate. You don't have to do anything like that. If you want to run a man for his J's, you kill him and take his stuff. And it's a party of 4. However, when you're above in the town, it's going to be a roleplay experience. We're still debating on how we want to have the roleplay experience in the town be. Doc and I are pitching for a isekai, you're trapped in an MMO vibe. Borbop wants it to be just Vanderlin. My thing is I don't want to have admins out there policing people's roleplay. I want this to be a admin light interference, low rules, just play the game.
No RP. Kill.
So just like people getting banned for saying the N-word or saying like ERP stuff, you know. And don't worry, Mathella, it's a game. It's intentionally being designed to be a game. So when you and your party members are going down to the dungeon, like when you're down in the fucking dungeon area, We are, I know this is going to be very, very spicy, a very spicy thing. We're discussing this. I think we're going to allow you guys to use Discord calls and talk to each other in your party to be able to play together. There's no meta involved in this because it's a game.
I'll put up a TeamSpeak server specifically for this.
It's the same as going into Dark and Darker, where you get in your Discord call with your buddies and you go down into the dungeon and play. There's no mechanical advantages for meta knowledge on the surface or in the dungeon. Because the town is going to be a PvE zone. Or not even that. It's a non-aggressive zone. It's literally housing, talking to people, buying gear, and going down. You're not even going to be able to fight each other. It's a game. That's the whole idea, is that it's a game. Yeah, is this just Barony? It's very similar to Barony, but imagine if you're playing Barony and then someone else is playing Barony and you bump into each other and kill each other and steal each other's stuff.
This is all for SS13.
This is Space Station 13, yeah.
Yes, there will be classes.
Yep, there'll be classes. It's going to be adventuring classes.
It's going to be, as far as I know, no RP. Unless you want to do it. Pretty much like Dark and Darker.
Yeah, it's essentially going to be Dark and Darker. We're essentially sitting here debating on how we want, if we want RP to be a big thing on the surface or not. But I think it's really funny when you are down in the dungeon and a half-orc beats your shit in, and his name is XXX Big Chungus 420 XXX. And he's like beating you with a stick.
I don't think there will be antags.
No, there's no antags. It's all about dungeon delving and PvP and PvE. Yeah, I'll see you later, Daka.
Don't think of this as like. Don't think of this as like another normal SS13 server. Think of it as like Burger Station would be a good one. Yeah,
it's like Burger Station. There'll be bosses. There'll definitely be boss rooms and stuff.
Sporbob code and local VoIP.
So the idea, it would be hell. Apparently they did that on, what is it, Goob, and apparently it was an experience.
Yeah, the person who made that forgot to make push to talk a thing. So one of the servers was literally just a hot mic fiesta for like a week or something.
If you die in this code base, you can be revived, but if you have party composition matters, and parties are going to have different things. Like, so your cleric will have a revival spell. So if you die down there, they can revive you. But, you know, your cleric is also not super combat based, so your warrior is going to have to defend your cleric from mobs and players. Yeah, you can play a healer. There's also going to be professions, and you're going to be locked to 2 professions. So mining is going to be a profession, and smithing is going to be a profession. Mages are going to be there too. So I don't know how many of you guys have not played Dark and Darker or Tarkov or any of that sort of stuff.
No, Tiger, it's 100% literally just Dark and Darker. I don't know if we can make it any clearer. Just play 1 round of Dark and Darker.
So essentially, you're just diving a dungeon, getting loot, getting materials, and then you're escaping. So the persistence for this is going to be a little bit unique, because the things that persist isn't going to be your gear, but it's going to be your money and raw resources. Like So your breastplate isn't going to save, but your iron bars are going to save. There's also going to be, I kid you not, Borbop coded in the Diablo 2 rune system. So making words in your armor with slots, because there's socketing, is going to be a thing. There's going to be special mobs, so you can find Asblasticus the Exploder, and it's a giant rouse that when it hits you has a chance to explode. Like prefixes and stuff like that for units down there. And it's what else does he have? Borbop, where's Borbop? I don't think explosive rouse. That's just an elite right there. So either way, we're probably going to be having a test very soon. Another thing that is bottlenecking us is maps. We need mappers to finish this project. We have the code. We just need the map. And then we're able to actually launch a test. One of the cool things about it is, so here's the thing. You can do all of that in Vanderlin. Is it Flechet? You can do literally all of that in Vanderlin.
Le Fleesh.
The Fleesh. I think the party system is also going to be added to Vanderlin too at some point.
I think it's already in.
Yeah, I think it's
Borbot
actually
just merged it all in, I think, and everyone was really confused.
So there's nothing stopping you from gathering your group of friends. You can make a persistent character. Just skills and gear don't change, but you can have your lore. I mean, the party system would be pretty good for the gaffer, honestly. That'd be cool. That'd be cool for the gaffer. Where's our guy who's obsessed with the gaffer? Clown. The party system. There you go. So, but there are things that you need to remember when you're going down to the dungeon. You still need to eat. You still need to sleep. You still need to recover your wounds. And there will be safe rooms that you and your party can go into and stay in for a bit and recover. And if you want to talk in character, you can talk in character. Nothing is stopping you. But the intention behind this code base isn't another roleplay prop. It's for PvP. It's PvPvE. So you're fighting the dungeon and other players.
Yeah, the main ideas guy / dev. I don't know if Daka does dev, but the main person behind this is Daka, who was working on Warmongers. I believe Warmongers was started by him.
I pitched this idea to Borbop months ago. I got hit with
luck with you.
I guess. Well, you'll see about that in the future, Cab. So, this is just how it is. Okay, I was reading posts. Okay, so that's the future for this project. There's also going to be guild housing. Guilds offer passive bonuses if you're a member of a guild, and you're going to have a big old building. I think the biggest personal house is a 9x9. 2Z.
So I think rounds are going to last for about an hour and a half, right?
Yeah. Well, I think 2 to 3 hours actually, because
2 to 3 hours. Okay.
There's 5 fucking dungeons.
Delves, yeah.
For balance, we're going to be squashing all races, special abilities, and stats. Because we don't want there to be a meta that develops for
From races.
from races.
Species.
Species is a floor balance thing. That's why I care a lot about species balance. And if we just kind of get rid of that stuff, you know. When it comes,
I think. No, go on.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. You can.
Sorry, you're probably gonna answer what I want to say.
Is it about the people killing you and taking your stuff at the very end of the dungeon?
Oh,
Like
no,
the team fire thing?
no.
No,
I
go
don't
ahead.
think
Go ahead.
we're gonna allow that.
If you form a party with people, it's a game. Don't betray your party members. If you're griefing people, you're griefing,
Yeah,
and you get in trouble for griefing.
I think I don't quite remember because I was reading this when I was waking up because you guys are all American. So I don't quite remember what was said about respawns, but I think the respawns are gonna be like while the round is ongoing, you're allowed to go late join. But I'm not sure how we're gonna do.
Oh, if you die, you can respawn at the church outside of the dungeon, or you can wait for
Yeah.
someone to revive you.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to grief your party members, to try and take their stuff. If you do shit like that, I'll probably come and kick your ass. The patron system, we're still deciding on that. I think we're just gonna let anyone choose their patrons. But I'm also
I
thinking
think we
about
just
just locking it to
shouldn't have
Estrada.
them.
I think I'm locking it to Estrada. So. Lock everyone to Baltha. Look at her. She's just obsessed with fucking Vicodin. What the fuck? But Dr. Freak. Still deciding how we're gonna do the setting. But this is what are the plans that's gonna happen. It's the content we make there is going to bleed into Vanderlin, and Vanderlin content's gonna bleed that way as well. So expect at some point we're gonna get enchanting on Vanderlin. Expect at some point probably the rune system is gonna end up in Vanderlin as well.
Yeah, we need a table, some bookshelves.
And I think the only thing that's stopping us from having a test right now is we don't have the overmap. So when Drag punches in and finishes the overmap, we'll be hosting a test. It's literally that close to being able to have a test done for it.
Yeah.
The overmap is going to be, it's literally just a town. Like, this section is player housing. This section is where all the merchant NPCs are. This is where the church is for players to be revived. This is a cute little park. You know, like, little it's that simple. This is the tavern where everyone enters the dungeon from.
We should just reuse the Rogue Town 1 map. Make it small.
So we're going to see how this goes. I have a lot of hope for this. I think it's going to be a very fun experience because sometimes you just want to kill people in game. And I'm excited to see how people play the game, how we balance it, how things get developed. So if you want to contribute to this, I would love to have people who help out. We're keeping development of this insular right now, so if you want to be involved with this project, you have to reach out to me, and I have to go get the other folks who want to be involved to approve of this. So I think down the line, we also have plans to let people play as skeletons as a playable race. Maybe even I don't think I'm gonna have anything too fancy for it in terms of like that sort of thing. But it's gonna be a fun game, and I am going to be needing artists to make me 4 sets of themed tiles and 4 different sets of themed monsters. It's a lot of work. So, but for now, I think we're in kind of a good workflow. So expect a test of this soon. Depending on when Drag finishes his map, we'll have a test for it.
Yep.
Any questions?
Yeah.
We have to ask the community for questions for us for the future, and then also questions about Delver. So, any questions about Delver, guys? Why did you name it Delver? Because I thought Delver is a cool name. It's one of my favorite Magic cards, and you delve into the dungeon. There's not going to be allowed to do like hostile actions on the surface.
It literally won't be allowed to.
Our current class list is a fighter, who's going to have access to all levels of armor, a barbarian, who is medium armor and down, a cleric, who is medium and cloth armor, a wizard, who is cloth armor and leather armor, a ranger, who is leather and medium armor, and rogue, which is cloth and leather.
Yes, you can ask questions just in general.
Oh, there's also going to be a dueling arena there where you can wager shit and you can fight people. And if you do the duels in the arena, you get renown, which you can use to purchase gear. And then you can gamble on players too.
You're not gonna have your ERP races.
There's going to be subclasses that you can pick on each class will have a subclass that comes with it. Like there's a ranger class that's about having a pet. Right now it's very early stage, Tiger. We haven't thought about that. So we'll see in the future.
Why don't you contribute, Tiger? Be the change you want to see.
We need to get the foundation for this game finished. I'm letting Borbot cook. When he gets the foundation for it and we have a test, that's when I'm going to open the doors for dev.
Okay, don't ask me. I'm not involved with this for the most part.
All right. Any questions?
Clown's typing up a storm for a general question.
Since it's going to... I accidentally reacted to you with DSP's face. Let me read this question. Since it's going to be Final Fight, is Magic going to be restricted to mage classes, or can you get fighter skills and shit? So you can actually find an enchanted versions of weapons. So say you can find a dagger of fire, and it'll give you a fireball spell. So you, as a warrior or a rogue who's using the dagger, can shoot the fireball out of the dagger. So you can kind of dip your toes into other classes a little bit based on gear, but not purely based on your class. Clerics and wizards are the only classes that have mana regen.
It's so sad. He got assassinated. Well,
We have the barbarian has a monk subclass. So you can just punch people to death. I don't remember off the top of my head. So
you can open it because the only thing you can use is the Ponytown command, I think, which makes you play Doom.
Currently, how it's going to be is if you want your loot, you have to extract with your loot. If you can't leave with your loot by the end of the round, then you don't get your loot. So, what other question? There was a big one. How do you feel about the lack within the town? How do you feel about the lack within town drama in this server? There seems to be very few sinister plots within the town area itself. An antagonist cannot be responsible for making it interesting since this is opinion. It really depends. I make a lot of drama all the fucking time. Last night, I was literally exploding people as a cleric because with Pizza, he was playing a Mathios cleric, and we were just causing problems for people just because we could. I feel this is definitely an extension of. No, it's okay. The extension of you saying this is because there's too many adventurers and pilgrims, which is a huge issue on the code base right now, because so many of these people don't want any responsibility, but will act with the responsibility of positions they're not in, such as adventurers just deciding to act like town guards.
Yeah, can we limit them? We added more slots recently, and we see the results of it, right? So
I've been asking for us to have no more than 8 slots for adventure for a couple weeks now.
It's especially bad during the hours.
I
we
don't
have
think
the admin.
anybody added
Like,
more.
It is like 10 p.m. European time UTC, like 1 a.m. UTC, something like that. I don't know.
So no one uses the migrant system. I'm gonna call him Flechette, like Flechette, because we have so many people playing fucking Pilgrim and Adventure that town slots are actually not going used. So why is that? Well, people want do the thing with no responsibility. Right, I understand the draw of that. I want to do the thing without responsibility too sometimes. Or I want to be an adventurer and get to just kind of fuck off if I feel like it. Well, here's the fucking problem. The problem is it leads to empty towns. It leads to people not doing anything. It leads to just budget guards. And frankly, I'm exhausted of seeing it. It leads to bad server health. And I'm tired of it. So I am going to probably be killing Pilgrim down to 4 round start slots, and you're going to have to take the migrant wave chance of getting it. And Adventurer probably should have less too, and you have to use migrant waves. We have a whole system for joining as foreign entities. And being round start foreign entities, I feel, is very in the face of a set.
Monarch is a lot of responsibilities. Yeah, it's also the highest PQ role right now. Which is why not a lot of new people try it.
Faction-based drama? Well, you gotta look at it this way. Who would have a problem with your role, the Gaffer?
It's always the fucking guilds with you.
Who the fuck gives a shit about the Gaffer in a sense of a negative light? You want to be friends with the Gaffer because he gives you free money with no work. I'd love to be friends with the Gaffer because it's like, hey, Mr. Gaffer, do you want to pull money out of thin air? Do you want to just spawn in some cash for me? Thank you, Gaffer. Because that's what the Gaffer does. It just generates money. It pollutes the economy. You can love Gaffer all you want, but the fact that it generates money is a huge problem. And if you look at the Merchant, we had a round last night where the Merchant and the Inquisition were going at it. I think Ingletaker has a thing there. Because the Innkeeper already has an Innkeeper's son/daughter role.
Abera didn't like the idea of combining them.
I play a lot of combat roles, so I understand the draw of wanting to be an adventurer. The draw of no responsibility, but all the killing. See, you get that, right? That you want to do that stuff, but I think it should be harder to get these roles that are combat classes, or we should tone down the combat adventuring things, because they're supposed to be, initially when we designed Vanderlin, is we wanted adventurers, people who are trying to make a name for themselves, trying to become somebody. And I believe them being kind of weak is good for that, because it fits that thing, and it makes it so that they are nobody, which is what they're supposed to be.
I don't really see what that would do for the role. I think it's
Frankly.
either all or nothing.
Frankly, the adventure and pilgrim role raw pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So I do think we should be moving most of those slots over to the migrant wave. How many of you guys actually, when's the last time you guys used the migrant wave for something that wasn't some unique role that you saw pop up? Who here has actually fucking used it?
I think we should just disable it unless it's migrants.
Yeah, well, what if you want to play adventurer or pilgrim, and that was the only way to get adventure? Would you use the migrant wave then?
More variety won't help it, because people will still wait for the OP classes and
Why don't we
not
just
take
make
anything
migrant
else.
waves admin only, so that then people have no reason to sit in the lobby at all. They can just play the game.
We just need to make them lock in. That's it. People talked about this. You either lock in or you just don't do anything.
So that's what I'm going to say. Reducing the starting round slots for Pilgrim and Adventurer and making it so you have to use migrant waves. Frankly, we don't need overflow rolls because overflow rolls are handled by the migrant system. And do you know sometimes when you join as in a migrant wave, any of the roles that you roll in the migrant wave, there's a chance you're like a werewolf or like a maniac, or it's just added into your character when you join through a migrant wave. Like wandering vampire? No, it's a thing. That's a thing. I remember Borbop added that as a thing. Unless it got changed. I don't use the migrant system either because I play real roles such as, I don't know, like man-at-arms, knights, hand, king, priest, adept, inquisition, merchant. I play roles with substance instead of just being, look at my special OC. Guys, he's such a good guy. He doesn't do evil things. He defends justice. You know, that shit. Fucking get out of here with that. Anyone can update the wiki. If you want to update the wiki, you can join the wiki team and then help update the wiki, because God knows Monkestation's been around for 3 years and nobody has taken the time to try and update the wiki, but they complain about the wiki. They'll complain about it, but they won't do it themselves. Literally ask for someone to give you permission to edit the wiki. If you don't have permission, go, hey Chen, can I edit the wiki? It should be open. I think it should be.
There we go. What? Huh?
Wiki? We were talking about the wiki.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure like Jack or something is the... Jack does all the wiki stuff. Why do I sound so crunchy?
Jack and Britannia.
You just message them, and then if you can't edit it, message them and they'll let you edit it.
I gave Jack permissions and I gave Britannia permissions to add people. Like,
Hey, go poke them. Get on the wiki team. Develop the wiki. Yeah, that's all, Fleepy.
uh,
But these are some systematic issues that we have. And like, if you don't know how something works, and there's also the meditate, effectively mentor help, and anyone can sign up for it. It's specifically named as Antag. Well, there you go. Regardless, if we kill these positions, we can roll that shit into the migrant waves. And we can make migrant waves a little bit quicker. I give quests out all the time. If you ever interact with me as any position that has any sort of income, I will ask people to do things for money, and they will never do it. They will never accept my quests. Anyways, so expect less adventurers and pilgrims at round start. Coming soon to Vanderlin. If you want to do that, you can use the migrant system. All right, what's next? Is there any other questions and issues? Because that the adventurer issue really gets my blood boiling because I see them all the time and they don't get involved in anything except for to sometimes attack people who they think
I
are
have
bad
a
people.
mini emergency update for persistence in terms of mapping.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to do this shit by hand. Because the random generation is too random.
You're gonna have to clean it up, I imagine.
Oh no, it would be too difficult to start with a random generated map and then fix it. It's legitimately easier if I just start from fresh. Because I need to have specific topography.
Oh God. We'll talk about that after
Yes.
the meeting.
Yes. So the news is the map is going to take long.
I'm indifferent to that. I love the Gaffer. It's such a fun role, but I think the Gaffer is a problem child in what it does to the economy and to the system of Vanderlin. It's fun but unhealthy, just like crack and or methamphetamine.
I mean, just earn money if you're a towner. Just like adventurers do nothing but kill the same mobs and earn money.
Towners have a lot to do. Why do people like doing doctor roles? Why do people like fucking working as soil sons? Why do people like doing things? Just let people do things. Saying there's no reason to do things. There's no reason to fucking do anything. Why play the Royal Guard? Well, sometimes you get to kill people. You know, like it's just how it is. That's so reductionary. Why are you even playing Vanderlin? It's just a video game. Like, come on. No, I'm not letting you up. I don't let people up during town halls.
I'm so sorry, Gaffer Main.
The closest way they have to put money back into the economy is to by purchase of iron through the steward. I don't think the steward should be selling iron. I think the merchant should be selling iron. The steward's supposed to care about the internals of the heap more. The only dev for Gaffer. You shouldn't be a dev for a role. You should just be a dev. I've talked about this on stream. So let me talk about the economy of how Vanderlin works. How it used to be, there were two sources of ways for people to get money in Vanderlin: the steward and the merchant. and money would flow out of them into different directions of the economy. It would web out. It would go like money would flow, but most of the time, money would flow outwards and end up at two dead end spots. It would end up in the smithy, where the smith does not take care of his needs or anything, and just sits there and hit iron bar to make weapon, and then his happy chemicals and brain go up. Or it would be at the Soil Sons, where the Soil Sons don't fucking need anything because they have everything. That's where it goes. And so you're supposed to have exotic goods and fun roleplay props that you can get from the merchant, as well as access to a few specific things from the merchant that are pretty hard to get, right? Well, what ended up happening is we took half of the stuff away from the merchant that people would normally go to the merchant for, and now they go to the apothecary for potions, or they don't go to the merchant, so they can't generate income to continue doing their buying and selling, because they used to buy heads and sell heads for coin. But now you can, instead of waiting for money, you can go over to the gaffer and just print 200 fucking mammon with one troll head. And then that money skips everybody else and goes straight to the goddamn smith. Sometimes to the inn. Sometimes. And there's a reason why the mercenary guild had to be nerfed, because at that point, the mercenary guild was so fucking stacked with food, water, everything you needed, that you would never spend money anywhere other than the merchant.
Blacksmith.
Oh, yeah, blacksmith, sorry. That's a big issue. That is an economic issue that we're trying to solve.
That will be solved when people can die of hunger.
Can't wait for people to starve to death.
Oh, yeah. If you're having a hard time being a role that does stuff like the blacksmith, just get comfortable with people being unhappy that you're not being their pet. You just got to get used to it. I mean, you're not there to sit in the blacksmith all day. You're a character, so roleplay the character.
I overcharge people as a blacksmith intentionally if I don't like them.
Yeah, I mean, that's me too. I don't let people. I'm going to make me these 10 items. I will come back in 10 minutes and half an hour. No, fuck you. Wait in line.
I wish we
2
still had the
items
shutters.
maximum.
Like some wooden shutters we can close so people can't see you.
I unironically one time I made a pitfall for the merchant, so he could just pit anyone he didn't like into the sewer.
Let me go. I gotta think. Okay, so merchant on the head income 2, they have 100% stake in the mercenary and venture income. So they are basically owned by them, making the merchant the strongest faction. There's no faction warfare that I keep suggesting that the merchant must own miners, woodcutters, soilsons, and shit. You can't really make it so you own people in this situation. And there's 3 factions that we usually discuss. It's like internally when it comes to development, there is the church, the keep, and the town. Those are our three factions. And if you're wanting internal town faction aggression, it's something that we're going to have to design for, because if you make it so the merchant controls iron instead of the keep, then the merchant and the smithy have a reason to interact. Right now, there's genuinely no reason for a merchant and the smith to interact at all. What would a smithy need from the merchant? Nothing. I don't think there's anything. Food? No, you go to the inn. Or you don't eat.
Right now.
A lot of them don't eat or drink. They just hammer away at their thing. I do think we need to close the internal mines again, so that it's harder for people to get iron. So you have to
build
actually
a little
leave.
dungeon in there, and then there's like civil war.
Well, I was thinking of moving the I was talking to a bear about this, about moving the Mathios dungeon to the mine where the mines are now.
That'd be nice.
But that's an issue that is just an economic issue, and it's going to be resolved shortly with Borbop's big merchant change, hopefully. But I do think we need to kill the mines in town. So mining is actually a dangerous thing. So you can hire the mercenaries to go out with you, to go mining, to bring the money in. Yeah, I think that's good. We had a post from Durr here, or Brawley.
Broly.
I poisoned 80 ounces of ale with 120 ounces of poison, and 2 cups of ale didn't kill a person. If you poison a combat roll while they're asleep with the round start court magician poison, they have enough to survive. Okay, so here's an issue with... It's not an issue with poison. There are multiple tiers of poison. The poison you have there, which is Killer's Ice, is supposed to kill them. However, there is an issue with sleep, and sleep being the strongest healing agent in the game. It is. You can literally sleep off broken arms. Just sleep. And the fact that you can heal off poisoning with sleep, I think, is a huge issue. I think we should make it so you can't heal poison with sleep at the very least.
Poison's kind of weak right now though, because I got poisoned as an orphan with Killer's Ice and just walked it off. I mean, nothing happened.
We buffed it recently. Did someone re-nerf it again?
Maybe it got lost in translation in a merge or something.
Oh my god, buffed.
We buffed Killer's Ice a while ago, and then it sounds like it got re-nerfed.
I don't think it's ever been nerfed.
Yeah, I was playing Guno and I got poisoned with Killer's Ice and just kind of went and ate a cake and I was fine.
Killer's
king
Ice
didn't
is
even know I
really
did it.
deadly. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Dur's problem was that it was diluted in a whole barrel.
Dilution is a problem, but the Killer's Ice is like supposed to fucking kill you. It's supposed to be the most lethal poison in the game. If it's not killing you and you're just being able to tank it through sleeping, I think that's a problem. There is a high chance.
Plasma.
There is a high chance. Well, I mean, that stuff isn't real. You know what I mean?
Well,
It is, but it isn't. If you're able, maybe he had a leech stuck to him. It's like, time to go to bed, and attaches a leech to his face. So then he sleeps, and then the leech keeps him safe from poison. So, we'll make that a note. So, I'm gonna ask for coders to make it so you can't sleep off poison. You need to do specific cures. I do think we need a poison curing potion or something like that. The fuck? Why does it say Brexit Giza?
What does that mean?
I have no idea. I'll get to you to LGR. I'm finishing this topic real quick. So, we'll do a little bit of testing with poison. I know the other night I got Giant Knight and I drank a cup and I died to it. I actually died to it. So, I need to know if I can sleep and then drink the poison and then tank the sleep. Tank the sleep. I think it might be. I think the issue is sleeping, personally. Yeah, I don't think you should be able to sleep off poison. So, well, I'll make sure that's a change. I think that's a change, considering I I love poisoning people, and I'm sure Abera agrees because they also are the person who loves fucking poisoning people. Hmm. All right. Next question. What's the next question? We'll move on from there. Someone post another question. If you guys got a little bit more, I know that a lot of people have questions.
Is it Maniac related, Tiger? Muted.
I fucking love Maniac. It's my favorite antag. Why is it trying to accent almost impossible to understand? Whoever fucking made them Swedish is an idiot, and I want that removed. I do not want them to be Swedish. They're literally just supposed to roll S's. I don't want Swedish. I want that
Do we
fucking
care
gone.
if maniacs basically act like they're a streamer on Twitch and stuff like that? Like,
that's totally fine.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, I just drank Killer's Ice and it killed me in 5 seconds. So it's whatever. It's back to normal. Whatever was going on.
Can you drink it while sleeping?
I'll just go to sleep because I'm in crit, and then we'll find out. No,
you can act however you want to as a maniac. That's the thing. The roleplay of the maniac is that you're allowed to be as meta as you want to be because you're literally playing a gamer.
Yeah, whatever was going on with poison is now gone because it.
Oh, there's the death sound.
Super dangerous. There must have been a test version or something that was messing with poison.
I think it's dilution.
I mean, we have stickers based on when pizza was it like this is how you play Maniac right there. I hope I pull a rare gotcha anime girl. Does about to make you immune to poison? Shouldn't.
No,
that's how you're supposed to play.
Yeah, it just doesn't let you overdose on the drugs.
Maybe if you're a king class and you have a high constitution and you drink that, you are already in the healing state of sleep and you chug, the poison gets dripped into you slower because you're not drinking it quickly. It's like sip, sip, sip compared to sip, 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 sip. You know.
Any more questions?
Yeah, more questions. So, Tiger, what was it about Maniac that you wanted to add? Was it something? You had a question? If not, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I want Maniac to roll more. All right, so let me look at LGR's thing. Suffering from artist block, the big monster non-conversion villain roll potential. Okay, so you have just a bunch of stuff. It's definitely a when you code it. I actually really don't like your ogre sprites, and I think they're fucking ugly as sin. But I really like your water troll, the troll that's in the water that you post and stuff like that. I think that's cool. But yeah, I like that one. But the thing is you need coders to do it. If you want someone to code that stuff in, you can go create a code bounty, and there's a high chance that someone will code it in for money for you. I can't go, gods, code this in for me, as much as people like to think I can. I think a couple trolls would be cool. I don't like your ogre sprites. I think they look ugly. I don't like the art style that they're in. I'm sorry to say it. I don't know if we want a Cyclops. We are in Italy, so maybe a Cyclops would be fitting.
It has to come with some sheep.
The automatons, if they receive a task, they're impossible to do. We're going to write policy for it, but it's usually if you receive something you're not able to do, you just don't have to do it. Halflings, I have the sprites for them. They're essentially just going to be short people. They're going to be kind of a lot like kobolds, but like imagine if kobolds weren't discriminated against and furry. And you're going to have like extra luck and cooking skill. Sicilian Antag Gwen, just roleplay it.
Guys, you can do whatever you want. You can be a bad guy. It's okay.
Yeah, just roleplay as a Sicilian and get into a battle of wits with somebody and have 2 glasses filled with killer's ice and see and convince them to drink it. You can be a non-French drow if you're a Patreon member.
Yeah, give us money.
How do you think I pay for all the sprites that you see? And I pay a lot of code and stuff. Oh god, that's such a good movie, The Princess Bride. I watched that like last week. I watch it. Try to watch it every couple months. All right, is there any more questions? Any more? LGR, just make a code bounty with what you want, and and it'll be easier to follow it. Last thing you ate. I ate coffee. I ate a burger yesterday at 6 p.m. So it's almost been 12 hours since I last ate. Just a burger with an egg on it and some bacon. I'm hungry. I'm a hungry guy.
All right, it's been 2 hours. I think we can start wrapping it up.
Yep. Last call on serious questions.
We need more admins for EU time.
Clown,
please.
I'm gonna remove the gaffer from the code base if you ask to speak one more time. I will learn how to code.
Spellcasting across Z levels. I think that's a code limitation, unless we made it like crossbow bolts, sadly. But I think it'd be pretty sick if we could.
Archery across Z levels already barely works, so.
All right. Any other questions? Any other? What are the chances of magic slightly easier to get into? Well, it's technically not too hard. You just have to be a Knocker Caesar worshiper and know the steps to make a tome.
Yeah, it's
It should be
easy
easy based on lore, anyways.
In lore, you have a higher chance if you are nobility. It's supposed to not be a very accessible thing.
Right.
Oh yes, there's a new female dwarf sprite. Actually, it hasn't been implemented in it. It's a fat chick.
They could still have beards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Fat chick with big boobs. And short. There you go, guys. You wanted a dwarf sprite. That's what you're getting.
As for the Zizo map, pre-production.
I need androgynous voice actors. Androgynous voice actors. Talk to Shed about androgynous voice actors.
I don't think halflings are gonna have an accent. At least I don't think it's been talked about yet.
So, anything else?
Actually, we have 3 voice packs, actually. The Medicators.
The Medicators are all just supposed to be me making gross sounds. If you guys actually listen to the Medicators making sounds, that's my voice. I did that.
Yeah, one of the voice lines is very obviously you.
Yeah,
Just
it's-
very funny.
I was listening to my friend play it, and I'm like, oh god, and I'm like cringing every time I hear my voice.
Alright, I don't see any more good questions. No. We literally just talked about the migrant thing, so no, we haven't decided anything. We have not been typing in a secret Cabal voice text chat.
I have like a bunch of, you know, who I have a bunch of voice lines recorded from. I have voice lines made by Aofi that we could use. Yeah. Of all people, I have a bunch of audio from Aofi.
It's taking all of my effort not to make it good. I was like,
I
I don't want to
understand.
know the amount of effort that it's taking me for me to not say this joke.
Yes, there'll be future persistence events because we have the code for it working. If you guys just need to learn how to map. Mapping is actually really easy. It just takes a long time to do.
It's just a time sink. The act of making a map is easy. Whether or not the map is, how should I say, coherent, isn't it? Well, I say I make good maps, and then like 14 million people bitch about Rosewood, and then turn around and are like, "Man, I miss Rosewood." After it's taken a patience, so you know.
I did a mini. You missed my rant about this last night, where I think road code players are the most ungrateful code-based people I've interacted with. The meanest and the most ungrateful.
We should introduce the
Yeah, I
Vanderlin
fucking noticed.
community to Lead Station.
Yeah. You guys don't know how good you have it. If you saw Lead Poisoning Station on Monkey Main, I swear you guys would all jump in front of a train holding hands.
So anyways, here I'll even show you the process, right? So like, let's say I want a rock. I want to put a rock down. I just type in rock. Wow, there's a rock in the map now. That's how easy it is. Now, if I were to say, I want to make a topographically coherent map, yeah, this might take a little bit more knowledge, but the active mapping is not different.
All right, can you make it Among Us speed run real quick?
Yeah. I got you. I'm gonna put it in the corner. Some people are very unlikely to see it. Fuck, I'm about to name this.
What?
There you go.
That is not an Among Us.
Fuck you. That's what you get.
So
Uh,
you need to get lore approval before making a map.
It depends on what map you make. If
I've
you're
been-
making like Nox Temple, obviously the lore heads are gonna want to make sure that it's correct. But if you're making like a shack in the woods, you don't really need to ask for permission to make a shack in the woods.
I know we have a Subterra map planned. I've tried 3 different times and I have lost all 3 of these ones because my laptop turned out to be garbage. Making Amber Hollow. I tried to make Amber Hollow multiple times, which was going to be like a fucking huge ass tower that you could fall from the top 10 Zs down into the drow pit.
It's basically just Tower Station, but more based, and it would actually kill you.
all right. I think we can. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done here.
All right, the controversial question. Here we go.
For another dirt question.
Well, Dirt's questions are actually good, and they have substance.
They get us hanged up.
Dirt's questions have substance. I just like making fun of Dirt.
There's a goblin that can cook lasagna. That's a first, guys. I thought that would be too much like stuff that you'd keep on tall shelves.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
And a decent question, a controversial, and a decent.
Well, Tigers wasn't really controversial. It's just another can we do this? Like,
where do you guys have your roadmap if you publicize them? We don't really have a roadmap. We have like concepts and we work towards the concepts.
yeah.
Imagine if we had a fucking bucket tool of our own.
Yeah, Monkey Eris has a roadmap.
Yeah, Tiger, why don't you ask the maintainers?
Can we do more administration enforcement of RP behaviors that run setting, like promoting people who refuse to sleep? What, like prompting people who refuse to sleep to do it? Or do you have to convince coders?
That's not an administrative issue.
You missed it actually, Dara. We're talking about if you ignore your needs, think bad things are gonna happen to you. Like you can starve to death, die of dehydration. I think for sleep, you're going to start I think if you don't sleep, you have a chance to have a stroke.
Or you should pass out randomly.
That needs to happen, yeah, because then they'll just get robbed in the street and they're like, maybe I should sleep.
Exactly. Anyways, anything else? People need to code that if they want that. I'm fine with that, but people need to code it, and lack of coders. When you code it,
You guys need to remember we are having staffing issues. So when you ask if we can Uber police someone for not sleeping, you're taking away from our already very bad staff pool to do something that can be moderated by a code solution.
we do need more admins. Apply for admin. I'm looking at you, Assorted Beads.
Especially
you and I, we don't always see eye to eye, but you are a contrarian in the right way, which means that I can actually grow my opinion off of you, which not many people can do. And persistence. So, that's a lore question a few days ago. What are the Anthracite Dark Elf Merc subclass? I've been told they're old Dark Elf Revoxians before Zizo conquered them, but the lore is outdated, so the
All right, I'm ending this in 5, 4, 3, 2, goodbye.
No.
I was sorry, end stage.